How's it going, guys? It's been a while again. Another 3 months since the previous one. And yeah, I think I mentioned the pet race I was taking part in with Cab, Cobb, and Flynn. And yep, not surprisingly, I already burnt out from PVMing. I think I lasted 3, maybe 4 months, not too sure when we started it. And yeah, I was an underdog with 8 pets. But I managed to catch up some, although Flynn now has 17 pets, so he's most likely gonna take that competition home. Gonna win it, I'm guessing, unless someone gets really lucky, because I think Cab has 13 pets and Cobb has either 13 or 14, so they still have a decent chance of catching up to Flynn. Of course, it's all RNG, so depends. But yeah, I think it was KQ that burnt me out, because yeah, currently I have a KQ task or Calfight task, and I've had this like 3 weeks or something, and every time I got a KQ task it took me at least 3 days to finish. I don't know, just KQ just burnt me out. And the interesting thing is people have revised the numbers and the like kills per hour and stuff like that, and actually KQ is pretty damn close to being efficient. And if you can do 28 kills an hour, which is doable with best in slot gear, it's like 99.15% efficient. So KQ is actually pretty damn good to do. Too bad I don't like KQ at all, and it just burns me out. So I'm most likely not gonna do KQ, except maybe for the pet, which I still don't have. But yeah, for now at least I think I'll just block Calfights again for the 3rd or 4th time already. I keep blocking them and unblocking, changing my mind. But that's me, you know, and yeah, if you've followed my progress for a while, you know that I'm famous. Well, maybe not famous, but I'm known for switching goals and burning out from stuff really quickly. And yeah, I just can't seem to stick to one thing. But yeah, probably not too much PVMing for me anymore. And yeah, back to skilling. So old lela is back, hooray! But yeah, I have quite a few pictures to go through, and then yeah, let's just get to that, shall we? Let's move the screen to the right. Alright, so I think this is pretty much where I left off last time. I think my last picture was me dying at Chaos Fanatic. I kept killing it after that. I don't mind dying there, and I don't think I died even once after or since the last picture I showed in the Iron Rambling number 31. But yeah, more KQ, I mean not KQ, Chaos Elemental, no, Chaos Fanatic shards. And yeah, let's see what's next. Oh yeah, some DKs, and I'll probably try to fly through DK pictures and KQ pictures, because I have so many of them and they're pretty repetitive. I think pretty much the same drops, unless you get a pet, that's always nice. But yeah, more rings, dragon axes, rings, master clues. Oh yeah, I have no idea the last time I showed any master clue pictures. I think it's been like at least 6 months or something, and I've no idea what my KC or clue count was when I stopped showing them, or the last time. But anyway, I'm just gonna continue from this one, and yeah, nothing special From that one, again, nothing special, although herbs and limbs are always nice to get. More shards from Fanatic. More axes and rings from DKs. Dragon Spear, that's always nice. I love getting really rare RDD drops like spears and left halves and even D-meds. Although D-meds aren't that nice anymore since you get those from Zura. So you don't really know how many you've gotten from Zura and rare and how many from RDT. More rings, more rings, more rings. Pretty useless clue. Oh yeah, I did some bandos, not too much, maybe few dozen kills. I think my KC was 150 something, maybe 160 when I went back and managed to get myself a bandos chestplate, which was the first one for me. Before this I only had 4 pairs of bandos boots. Did some Kraken in hoping to get the pet. Got the Trident of the Seas, 3000 KC. Did some Serb, still don't have the pet. Another useless master clue. Pretty much 2k Chaos Fanatic kill. And I think the pet drop rate is 1 in 1k, so that's like 2k. I mean 2 times over the rate. Scottizo got the pet at KC 25. That was pretty lucky. I think the drop rate is 65, so yeah, that was pretty nice. Although I do plan to do Scottizo with all the totems, of course, with the resources and shards and stuff like that. But yeah, still. And this was my pet number 9. Another master, nothing interesting. Finally got the pet. Well, I say finally, but I think the pet drop rate is 1 in 3k, so I was pretty close to the drop rate. And that was number 10. More Cerberus, don't mind the death pile. Oh yeah, Pegasians. I seem to get only Pegasians pretty much. At that point I think I only had one Eternal and 1 Primordial. Oh yeah, I got the pet Chaos Elemental finally after 2.7k Fanatic. And on top of that 130 Chaos Elemental kills, which I did for the Dragon 2-hander. The first Dragon 2-hander for a Master Clue. But yeah, almost 3 times the pet rate. I didn't really mind too much going dry at Chaos Fanatic, because it's really fast to kill. 60 kills an hour, the method I did. I don't know if that's the best you can do, but I got 60 and that was pretty decent. And the drops, well, you get Wilds of Zami, so those are always nice. But yeah, that was number 11. My second Primordial Crystal at 1.8k KC. Nice herbs from the master. Oh yeah, after the KS Elemental pet, I decided to try my luck at Scorpia, and it was also really fast to kill. I think I tried 1 hour, I got 53 kills, so I'd say roughly 50 kills an hour, including all the PKers and stuff. And there was a lot of PKers at Scorpia. Although the first day I went there, I think I did like 300, maybe 300 kills or something, and I only got PK'd twice and died only once, managed to escape once. But yeah, that was like solid 6 hours and not really many PKs. And at that point, because it was my first time and everyone kept complaining about Scorpia PKs, I thought they were exaggerating and it's not really that bad. But after the first day I got really lucky, no PKs, but after that there was a lot more PKs, and I was lucky if I managed to stay there for 1 hour even without seeing a PKer. But overall it wasn't too bad. Most of the time I managed to escape, and even if I died I didn't really risk anything major or anything I I'd really not want to lose. Bad English, sorry. But yeah, more shards. This was pretty nice. This was my... Actually, I think I missed one. This was Occult Ornament Kit, and I'm pretty sure this was my second one. Unless I'll see another one later on. But yeah, I have two of them, and I'm not sure if this was the first or second. But I guess we'll see, and that's good, because that means if I die to a monster, normally I'd most likely lose my Occult. Or at least it would drop on the ground, but if you have the Ornament Kit it makes it untradeable, so you keep it on death, which is always nice. More shards, more Pegasians, another death pile. Yeah, I keep dying a lot at servers, I'm really bad at it. Pretty useless, such a low amount of herbs. Oh yeah, I have a lot of KQ picks, so I'm just gonna try to skip through them quite quickly, because it's only basically 3 drops: Dragon Chain, Dragon Two-Hander, or a KQ head. Yep, KQ head, KQ head, KQ head, Dragon 2H, Chain, more shards at Scorpia, more shards, KQ head. Well, 30 Toad Flags, that's pretty nice, but other than that, pretty useless. Master Clue. Let's see, useless. KQ head, KQ head. Got the Chad pet. At the same time, I was happy about it, and at the same time, I was pretty bummed out that I didn't get sub 30. Yeah, my plan or my goal was to get sub 30 fight caves with my scuffed gear with God D'hide and Addy darts. But yeah, and I don't plan to continue doing Jad, even though it's really good Slay XP, but you lose out on quite a bit of herb XP and stuff like that by doing Jad, because it's fairly common task. But yeah, got the pet, and this was my number 12. D-Med at DKs, which is pretty nice. Love getting RDT, as you know. More KQ drops. More KQ, KQ, KQ. More shards at Scorpia. This was unique for me, the Jungle Demon mask. I put it in my POH, so luckily it doesn't take any bank space. And all of course, getting 3 seeds is always really nice, no matter where you get them from. What's it called? Obsidian Cave, yeah, reversed or something, I'm not too sure, but this was my second one, so duplicate. Seeds and 60 Toad Flags, that's really nice, really nice clue. More KQ drops. Oops, skipped one, oh well, that's fine. More KQ, more KQ, more KQ, and a death pile. I'm good at dying to bosses, that's for sure. More KQ, KQ, KQ. Pretty nice clue, not gonna lie, although not very many herbs, but yeah, can't complain. Yeah, at one point, this wasn't long ago, like, well, a bit over a month ago, I decided finally to extend my Black Dragons. Up until this point I always did the baby Black Dragons unextended for points as a skip task. But then I decided to do KBD. Didn't manage to do too many tasks before burning out from PVMing and going back to skilling, so... But yeah, that was my first KBD head, and I don't plan to make any of those Slayer Helm coloring things. I think I have all the heads, so I could make all the... And I have the claws from Scotizo, so I could make all the colored helms, but I don't care, and I don't really want to spend thousands of Slayer points for those, and I don't mind using the grey one, I think that's fine. 79 wines, that's really nice from a Master Clue. More KQ, KQ. Well, herbs, that's always nice. Useless. This beer from Mole, that's always nice. And yeah, I was doing Mole for the nests, of course, because I have so much toad flax and even have a lot of toad flax seeds I'm actually currently farming. I think I need 20k nests in total for all my toad flax. Another D-spear, 170 kills later, give or take. Another KBD head. Another master clue, pretty useless, only 12 run hours. Oh well, herbs are herbs, they're always nice. More herbs, and almost 300 natures. That actually surprised me, I didn't think they would give quite that many, that's also nice. Eternal, I think that was my second one, maybe third one, not too sure. But as I said, I got pretty unlucky on Eternals and Primordials, and mainly got myself Smoldering Stones and Pegasians. Well, I was about to say useless, but one palm seed that saves the clue. Random Magic Fang. And another master, pretty nice actually. Herbs and stuff. Wines, that's nice. Herbs and palm seeds, that's nice. And that was actually the last picture. Only took me 16 minutes to go through the pictures. That was pretty fast. But yeah, as I said, I had a lot of repetitive pictures, mainly KQ and DK's ones. But yeah, let's get back to the RuneScape screen then. Sorry about that. I think that's good enough. Alright, so yeah. Okay, so what's my goal now, since I'm not going for pets, at least not for now, not actively. Of course I can always get skilling pets, but yeah, that's my stats as of now. I did construction the other day, not too long ago, maybe 5 days ago or something. Yeah, 32 mil construction XP, and I did like 17 mil XP in one day. I played for 30 hours and did a record, got the third day record, or number 3, with 17 mil XP, and beat Link's Titan. Whoop! Although Link's day was like 17 or 18 hours or something, and I did 29.5 hours or something. But yeah, I had a lot of oaks and teaks. I think I had 65k teak planks and 50k oak planks and 50k mahogany planks. But yeah, I really enjoyed construction, and I'm glad I did some construction. And yeah, after that, or actually, yeah, I think it was after the construction, or maybe just before it, I was thinking aloud, wondering what I should do next, and Tyler told me to do 30 mil Slayer XP, or get 30 mil Slayer XP, since I'm pretty close to it, only 2 mil XP away. And then I started checking my other stats, and I noticed I'm not too far away from 30 mil base, so getting 30 mil in all skills, 30 mil XP I mean. And that's actually my current plan now, to get 30 mil base. And yeah, let's go through all the stats. So melees, I already have 30 mil, range of course, well over 30 mil. Prayer is 3.5 mil away, but I have 3 mil prayer XP banked, so I'm only missing roughly 500k XP. And yeah, that shouldn't take long. I can always camp green dragons, or I can maybe do few blue dragon, red dragon tasks when I do Slayer or something like that. So, or maybe even DKs if I feel like it. Although, since I'm not going for pets anymore, I plan to do normal Decanots for the seeds. But yeah, prayer is no problem, only 500k XP, that's nothing. I can get it from anywhere easily. Magic, almost 60 mil. Runecrafting 50, well, let's say 60 mil, pretty close. So that's one of the skills that's pretty far away from 30 mil. And I plan to do ZMI for all the XP, and I also have almost 1.2 mil essence So, and I asked around and I was told that the XP per essence is roughly 15 or maybe 16 when doing ZMI, so that's pretty much settled, or don't really have to do anything else, just ZMI for the next 40 mil XP. Also, that would give me cosmic runes for my daily battle staves, which is nice. Construction did it. Hit points is oh wow, 77 mil already. That's pretty nice. Agility is 9 mil away, and that's of course I'll do Alk agility at RD, and when I run out of Alks I'll probably do Fletch agility with darts and broad arrows. Herblore is pretty far away, but I have pretty much 40 mil Herblore XP banked, and since I have so many, well, actually I don't even have that many herb seeds, but I'm sure to get more from Slayer, and yeah, I want to farm those and do as much Herblore as possible in one day or in 1 week, so I'm most likely gonna leave Herblore as my last skill to 30 mil XP, so I have as much herbs as possible. Thieving, of course, past 30 mil. Crafting is 2.2 mil away, which is easy. I have so many battle staves, I can easily get that. That's no problem. Just need to make the air orbs. Fletching past 30 mil. Slayer I mentioned, only 2 mil. Hunter 30 mil. Mining is another one with rune crafting there at 15 mil XP, but Fossil Island is coming. I think they said it would be in September, so next month, but it might be delayed, at least I think. Mostly most of the big updates are usually delayed, so I'm guessing it'll be out in October at the earliest. But anyway, on Fossil Island there'll be a new mining method, which we of course call mining Toad. And yeah, I'll definitely wait for that before doing mining. It would be more efficient, of course. Well, depending on the rewards or drops you get from the mining minigame, or well, I don't know if it's a minigame. Well, I'll just call it a minigame, mining minigame. Yeah, it depends on the rewards if it's worth doing or on Iron Man or not. But most likely it's not gonna be macro efficient or even micro efficient, and it's better to do quarry for free tick for 4G, but I really don't like that method. Although that said, I've only tried it once for 20 minutes and I was terrible at it, so I just gave up. I think I got 50k XP an hour or something, so I'm sure I would learn it if I tried, but well, never really liked mining that much, especially with tick manipulation. Didn't mind doing the 2G 2S method without tick manipulation, which I did for I think 20 mil XP on my main, maybe a bit less. But yeah, currently the plan is to wait for mining Toad, see how that is, and if that's not worth doing, I might do gem mining, because I don't really mind that method, even though it's pretty slow, 60k XP an hour. It's pretty chill, not AFK but not click intensive either, and I quite enjoy mining gems. So, and also getting the crafting XP and all the useful jewelry, especially the red topaz, I think it's called, not too sure. Those for Slayer is for the slaughter bracelets. That's always nice. Smithing, I plan to do gold ore, and I'm currently banking smithing now. I'll show it in a second when I go through my bank. I started buying gold ores. I need 350k gold banked, and I'll be able to get the 30 mil smithing, and I'm actually really looking forward to that, because they updated blast furnace, so now there's dwarves running it, so you don't have to rely on any kind of clan chat or anything like that. So yeah, blast furnace is pretty damn chill now. Really looking forward to that. I always enjoyed doing blast furnace. Well, I enjoy doing gold in blast furnace. Doing like anything that requires coal is pretty annoying. Fishing, 11 mil away. I plan to wait for Karambwan fishing, which is coming out this week, and it depends on the bait. So basically, if you can get let's say 0 time bait, because I think they're making it tradable, or if not tradable, at least you can buy it from a store. So yeah, so if the store or the bait in the store restocks really fast, then it's gonna be a good method. I think people have said that it's gonna be 100k XP an hour or something, maybe 80 or 90k XP an hour with banking, and also it's pretty damn good cooking XP. You get like 800 karambans an hour or something, so it's really good for fishing and cooking. So I plan to do those if the bait is easily obtained. If not, then I don't think it's gonna be worth doing unless you buy the bait on a daily basis, like over time. Then I might do that as well. Just buy the bait like few times a day, maybe 1k a day or something when the hype dies down, maybe after a month after the release or something. But yeah, if the karambam fishing is bad and not worth doing, I'm most likely gonna do barbarian fishing. I thought about doing minnow fishing for some sharks, but I don't really need sharks, and I'm not really struggling for cooking XP either, so I'm just gonna stick to barbarian fishing, I think. Yeah, cooking, farm making, don't need 150k to 30 mil wood cutting, so that's not an issue. And farming 74 mil. Whoop. I'm 200k XP away from my main, so let's say 3 days and I'll pass my main. Although now that I'm buying gold, that means I can't really farm that much due to all that hopping, so it might take a bit longer, maybe a week, depends how long it takes me to buy all that gold ore. But yeah, that's pretty much it for those plans. So 30 mil base is my current plan, and we'll see if I manage to get that before burning out again. But yeah, let's see. Bank, what's changed? Not much, I'm afraid. Yeah, rune wise, nothing has really changed. I managed to use all my death runes at one point. You might remember, if you've watched my vids for a long time, I crafted roughly 100k death runes back in the day when it was only single deaths. Well, even though it would have, well, I wasn't 99, so even if double deaths was a thing, it would have still been single deaths. But anyway, I crafted roughly 100k deaths way back when I was going for 99 rune crafting, and I ran out finally. When I started doing Scorpia, I used like 20-30k death runes in one day doing Scorpia, and yeah, I had to craft some more, and these all were crafted with double death runes, which was pretty damn nice. And I love doing abyss rune crafting, so I didn't mind crafting these at all. I have quite a bit of cash. I think my cash stack was roughly 20 or 30 mil at one point, a few days ago actually, before I started alking all my Slayer drops. But yeah, now I have almost 130 mil. But I'm gonna spend at least 100 mil on gold ores, so that means I'm gonna have to make my battle staves pretty soon. Well, after I'm done banking construction, I can buy the staves for roughly 30 days, so I have 1 month to make battle staves, charge some aerobes, make them and alk them, so I can buy more. 250k maples. I stopped making maple longs, as you can see, and switched to making arrow shafts for broad bolts in the future. Haven't done too much thieving, only 500k toggle. As I said, did construction, so I don't have any planks or logs left. The gems haven't really changed much since the last vid. Made all the bars except for the gold, and yeah, 50k gold banked so far. Still need 300k more. And all these I'll make into darts. Some broad supplies, almost well, getting close to 1 million arrow shafts, which is pretty nice. Holy shit, what was that? Don't know if you heard that. That scared me. Someone slammed the door in the neighbor, or yeah. What else? Oh yeah, my pyromancer outfit. It was in my POH, in my magic wardrobe, but I had to take it out so I could make teak wardrobes for construction. Random rings. I have no idea what these are doing here. They should be on this one, but I clearly managed to fuck up the placeholder, so yeah, I need to use these first. Slayer tab is pretty much gone. I alt everything, every staff, every rune item, most of my onyx bolts. I think I had 7k of them or something. Alked almost all of them. My Dagonath bones, I had almost 4k of them, but I made them into bone meal. Had to make some super combats. I was always pretty low on these. Made like 800 of them or something at one point. Yeah, that hasn't really changed. Some random weapon poisons and Zamorak brews I made when I was going for 99 herb lore, and didn't think I'd ever do PVM, so I didn't make super combats, and these were also better XP. Seeds, 900 toad flax, irits, aventos, quarms, snaps, and cadantines. And the way I do herblons, I plant 4 toad flaxes and then 3 of the better seeds on the patches that don't die, and Caterby, which gives you extra yield. And after I'm done with cadantines, I'll start planting snaps and then quarms 3 at a time per run. Started farming willows. I know I caved. They're crap XP, like 1.4k XP per XP each, which is pretty damn bad. I farmed all my maples. I had 1k maple seeds. They're all gone. Well, I ran out like months ago. I think even on the previous vid I didn't have any maples left, or if I had, it was only a few dozen, if that. But yeah, currently farming willows and papayas. Only 100 left though. Have 80 pineapples if I run out of papayas, and if I run out of willows, I do have acorns, but I don't think I ever want to plant acorns. Those are like, what, 500 XP each or something. That's so bad. I doubt I'll ever farm those, to be honest, even though I love farming, and I can't imagine playing without doing farm runs. So I don't know. We'll see if I go that low. Herb tab, it's growing. Yeah, almost 18k runners, 12k toad flags, and on top of that 900 seeds. So when I'm done farming all those, and after I'm done with 30 mil slayer, I should have enough seeds for 20k toad flags stack, and that's why I did some mole and plan to do more mole to get 20k nests. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the herb tab. Still missing quite a bit of secondaries. Although one good thing about doing KQ was the wines of Zami. It's pretty good for those. Well, 100 an hour, so not the best compared to telegraphing, which is like 240 an hour, or over 300 an hour if you do it over time. But yeah, I need like 2k more of those, so maybe I'll actually finish this KQ task and maybe do one more just to get some more wines of Zami, so I don't have to telegraph them, which I dislike. 10k whiteberries, and now I actually pick these up when I do farm runs. I have four whiteberry bushes planted, and I collect them, and I think I'll collect them until 20k or maybe 15k and then stop, because I don't even have 10k cadantines. But over time I'll of course get more cadantines, so I should just keep collecting whiteberries. I think I'll do 20k. That should look pretty nice in the bank. Over 10k limps, which is nice. finally finished getting the coconuts for all these. So these are the unfinished ones. They have coconut milk and deadly nightshades, so that's basically 10k coconuts and 10k nightshades. There's another 10k coconuts, and I'm still missing a bit over 4k nightshades. And once I get this nightshade stack to 10k, I'm never ever gonna pick a single coconut or nightshade or poison ivy berry for this purpose. I'll still farm nightshades because it has a pretty good chance of giving a farming pet, and of course I'll get coconuts from farming palm trees. So, but I'm not gonna use them for these fucking potions anymore. Except maybe I'll do, because nightshade is the annoying part. So getting poison ivy and coconuts, that's pretty much easy, no problem. But picking up the nightshade is really annoying. So yeah, but the ones I farm I might use to make weapon poisons, but not after that. This is pretty much my junk tab. Daily sands accumulating, which is pretty nice. Don't have too much seaweed or soda ash, but that's pretty easy to buy. A few rings, some jewelry, random monkfish from, I think, Kraken. I've never fished any monkfish, so. Few more alga balls, some food, manta rays, mostly from Zura, some from Master Clues and Fishing Trawler. Summer pies from Cerberus, I think. Nah, it can't be only Cerberus because you usually eat those while killing Cerb, so I'm not even sure where these are from. Some trading sticks, nature talismans, which I like to collect because they're RDT drops. Fangs for life, can keep doing farm runs pretty much forever. Dynamite, because they're coming with the mining tide minigame, I don't know if I'll ever use dynamites at blast mining. I might, but I don't know. Bone meal made from Dagannoth bones. Clue tab hasn't really changed. I'm not even sure why I keep these random ornament kits, especially now because I don't plan to do any more elite clues, and I don't plan to use these on anything. I should just drop them. Scrolls, I still don't have the new scroll book they released, so can't really do anything about this. But as you can see, I'm not struggling for bank space, so I don't really mind filling my bank with useless clue items. Same with the pages, I could just drop them, but they boost my bank value a little bit. Not too sure by how much, but we can check. Let's take them all, Scuffed clicks. $35 million. Well, that's not actually that much, so might as well drop them or something. Well, if I ever struggle for bank space, at least I know how to get some space quickly. Some random items. I dropped a lot of my elite clue items. I kept some. I thought maybe I'll enjoy some some random fashionscape one day. So I kept some items I think look somewhat nice. A few master items, a lot of duplicates. Also, this is a duplicate because I have one in my POH. Some random D-hide. Yeah, nothing too interesting. And my PVM tab hasn't really changed too much. Mainly more KQ drops, more DK drops. Useless dragon access in some 200 mil fire making. Shards. 5 Pegasians. Only 1 eternal. Well, I have eternal boots, Pegasian boots, and 2 primordial boots, so yeah. Few smoldering stones. But yeah, that's pretty much for the bank, I think. There's nothing else that's interesting. Oh yeah, they I'm not sure if I talked about Zura nerf. I'm not sure when it happened. If it had happened before my previous rambling with. But yeah, they nerfed Zura, but it's not as bad as you think. Yeah, it might have been pretty bad for mains because and for Iron Man you get a lot less GP from Zura because they nerfed the Runite ore and what else? Oh yeah, mahogany logs instead of mahogany planks, and there was some other GP related stuff that got nerfed. So yeah, basically it means less GP and less cooking XP, but you can still get roughly the same amount of farming XP and roughly the same herblore XP, so it's still worth doing for herblore and farming. And I plan to do Zura for 200 mil farming, that's for sure. But yeah, already 40 minutes in, and I think I haven't really rambled anything of anything importance. What else is there? Well, Fossil Island I could talk because it's pretty close. 1 month away if it's gonna be in September, or maybe 2 months away depending if it's, well, yeah, sorry, 1 or 2 months away. And yeah, I'm pretty scared of Fossil Island, to be honest. Well, I think I've mentioned the new hunter method that's gonna be there, which gives you herblore XP, or at least I think it gives you herbs, which means herblore XP naturally. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty good, I think, for Iron Man. How good, that remains to be seen. They haven't said anything about the herb XP you get. They just said that it's gonna be roughly 165k hunter XP an hour, which of course remains to be seen because we all know Jagex's XP rates can be misleading. Mining Toad, I mentioned. There'll be something for prayer. At first Maz's tweet was pretty ambiguous, I think it's the term, I don't know, ambiguous, I don't know, I'm fucking shit English. But yeah, it was a pretty like unclear what kind of prayer method it would be, but then later they said that it wouldn't be any good and you'd be lucky to get 10k XP an hour, but I think it's gonna be passive prayer XP. I think it has something to do with fossils, maybe it's a daily or something, I don't know, but we don't really have too much information about the prayer method. But it's most likely not gonna be anything great. But that said, for Iron Man prayer, it doesn't have to be great for it to be worth. Okay, let's say it's like 10k XP an hour, but is it like farming that you can do it like every hour or something? You spend like 1 minute, you get 10k prayer XP hour, then you go back 1 hour later, spend 1 minute, get 10k prayer XP hour, and that way it would be like 2 million XP per hour or something. So yeah, when it comes to Jagex and XP rates, I honestly don't trust them. So yeah, that remains to be seen how it will be. Oh yeah, and one last thing that I think will be really nice. The only thing I approve of in Fossil Island is the hardwood farming, so you can plant mahoganies. I think there's three tree patches and they're right next to each other. So if there is a teleport close to them, it will be the new meta for construction. And I think that's pretty balanced because even if the teleport is right next to the trees, that doesn't really boost your construction XP by too much because it's slower to cut than teak, and the teak is at Apatol. The teak is pretty close to a teleport. So okay, let's say if the teleport is right next to the tree, then yeah, I'd say it's pretty OP. But if the teleport is roughly the same distance as the teleport at Apatol, then I'd say it's pretty balanced. It is a small XP boost to construction, but at the same time it will also cost twice as much. So that's the reason I think it's pretty balanced. And even though I'm against Fossil Island, I voted no, and I wish they wouldn't release Fossil Island. I am in favor of the in favor of mahogany becoming meta for Iron Man construction, mainly because it means less wood cutting, or less time spent wood cutting, and or actually it might be more time spent wood cutting because it's slower. To be honest, I'm not sure where you spend most of the time, but you'll get almost 1 million construction XP per hour. So when you actually have the planks and make mahogany tables, and I think I prefer doing mahogany tables compared to teak wardrobes, so that's gonna be nice. And also that would mean I could go for their #1 day record in construction, try to get maybe 27 mil day or something. That would be really nice. But that would mean I'd have to do a lot of Slayer and yeah, well, mainly Slayer for GP now that Zura is nerfed. You could still do Zura for GP, but it's quite a bit less. But I'd of course do Zura for farming, so that would also mean GP. But the bulk of the GP would come from Slayer, which I don't mind doing Slayer that much. Oh yeah, and talking about Zura, they I forgot to say they buffed the scrolls. So now you get 4 teleport scrolls per drop instead of 1. So that means if you do, let's say, 2 kills per trip on average, you should break even on teleport scrolls. I think the drop rate is 1 in 9, so it would mean a bit over 2 kills on average. But for simplicity's sake, I'll say 2 kill trips and you break even on scrolls, which is really nice. And because I have so many scrolls, I'm most likely gonna just do 1 kill trips and burn through my scrolls slowly. And once I hit, let's say, 1k scrolls left, then I start doing 2 kill trips, maybe 3 kill trips sometimes, just to break even and not run out of scrolls completely. But yeah, since I have 9k scrolls, I can just spend 8k of them without really worrying about it, and just do 1 kill trips, and yeah, that makes it so pretty chill. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know, can't think of anything else to ramble about. If there's something I missed, some big topics you think I should ramble about, feel free to comment below. And also, yeah, one more thing. This is a small thing, I know, but basically these combat bracelets and the random rune stuff, these are very outdated, and I want to remove them from this part of my first tab, like the first 6 rows, but I don't know what to replace them with. Like I'd want some items that I use fairly often. Same with these. I could easily well, actually no, I need to have the unpowered orbs and cosmics in the same tab, and I like having the Yulongs and the logs in the same tab so I can see them accumulate. But yeah, these 3 items, I'm not sure which items to replace them with, so if you have any suggestions, feel free to comment below, because I have no idea what to replace them with, because to be honest, like, this is pretty good tab. Like, there's a lot of items I use really often, so, and I don't want to mess up with the layout, so I don't want to just throw them away and these 3 random items from here would replace them. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. No, I'm not logging out. Goodbye.